भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरि ओम् तत्सत्। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणम् परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। श्री रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, गोपाल की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। So on the appearance day of Sri Krishna Janmastami, which is on Monday, August 26th, so we'll be discussing about Lord Krishna's birth, his importance, significance, speciality of it, why he is called the Supreme Personality of Godhead, uh, from Krishna book, and also from Mathura meets Vrindavana and Chaitanya Charitamrita from different angles. There are so many things to cover, but it's very difficult to cover because the description of Lord Krishna's simultaneous birth in two places, his supremacy is called is also called Trayadishvara, which means three different things, which is generally most of the devotees are also not aware of that definition given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita, what the Trayadishvara means. All these are in connection to describe the supremacy and the opulence which Lord Krishna has, how everything is coming from him, is confirmed and evidence is given from various shastra, Gopal Tapani Upanishad, Harivamsa, our Acharya Jiva Goswami is describing, in Lagu Bhagavatam, Rupa Goswami is describing. So many places these references are given. First, we'll read from Srila Prabhupada's book because he's our Sampradaya Acharya. So that is our etiquette to first, as he himself showed, reading from Krishna book on the day of Janmastami. So that's what we'll also follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. Birth of Lord Krishna. Before that, we'll read the verse from Bhagavad Gita, which is 4.9, famous verse, which describes, which is very much connected. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन। जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन. This is the fourth chapter, Transcendental Knowledge, verse number 9. Here. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति माम एति सो अर्जुन. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance. That's why today we are discussing about the Lord's transcendental nature of his appearance. And activities does not, upon leaving the body, is birth again. Take his birth again in the material, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. But one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activity does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Now we'll come back to this Krishna book verse, Krishna book explanation. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that his appearance, birth, and activities are all transcendental, and that one who understands them factually becomes immediately eligible to be transferred to the spiritual world. So, first two lines describing exactly the verse which we read, 4.9. The Lord's appearance or birth is not like that of an ordinary man who is forced to accept a material body according to his past deeds. So, Lord's appearance is, this is 4.6, which Prabhupada is connecting here. Ajopi san avyatma bhutanam iswaropisan sambhavami atmamaya. He is the supreme Iswara. There is also connection to 5.29, fifth chapter, Karma Yoga Action Krishna Consciousness, verse number 29, which describes Bhoktaram Ignatapasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Suradam Sarvabhutam Gnatmamam Shantim. Is the supreme enjoyer. Why is it so? How is it so? One should understand. And he is the supreme master, Sarvaloka Maheswaram. There are many Iswaras, many Maheswara also, but he is supreme. Even Maheswara, one may think as Lord Shiva, but he is even beyond him, even beyond Lord Narayan. So we'll come to that describing. There is no other incarnation which you can see that simultaneously being born in Mathura, in Vrindavan, simultaneously at the same time. So this is a very specific and special of Lord's appearance. So the Lord's appearance is explained in the second chapter. He appears out of his own sweet pleasure. I think this should be the ninth chapter, which is Janma Karma Chame Divyam, or the sixth verse, which I think maybe so. We'll have to see when the time was mature for the appearance of the Lord, or maybe this is Bhagavatam second chapter, third chapter. It refers to appearance of the Lord. The constellations became very auspicious. Lord Krishna is born at Rohini Nakshatra. Rohini Nakshatra. Star is Rohini. Very auspicious. The astrological influence of the star known as Rohini was predominant. This star is considered to be very auspicious and is the direct supervision of Brahma. According to the astrological conclusion, besides the proper situation of the stars, there are auspicious and inauspicious movements due to the different situation of different planetary systems. This is in general for anybody's birth, Jiva's birth. But here, Supreme Lord, that means there is nothing inauspicious. So that's why on Janmastami day, whole day is auspicious. On Akshaya Tritiya, whole day is auspicious. On Ram Navami, whole day is auspicious. Like this, Lord's birth means it is supremely auspicious. Anything we do in relation with Him that day, we don't do other things like marriage, Graha Pravesh. These things are generally not to be done on Ekadasi, not to be done on these tithis. These tithis are meant specifically for spiritual activities in direct in relation with the Supreme Lord. Other things are generally done on Dasami, Vijayadasami, or Panchami, like that, in other auspicious, but not on these, because these days are meant to directly serving the Lord. So that's why. At the time of Krishna's birth, the planetary systems are automatically adjusted so that everything became auspicious. Now we will read from Gaur Govind Maharaj's book, Krishna's appearance, and then we'll go to Chaitanya. We'll refer many books. Oh Nanda Maharaj, you have achieved perfection in this birth after a long time. Many long years have gone past. Come and see the beautiful lotus-like face of your son. This is being repeated. This is from Gopal Champu Jiva Goswami's book, which Maharaj is quoting here, writing. Basically describing there are two birds, transcendental birds. In spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan, everything is transcendental. Even though he's a bird, but he is fully conscious. He can give anything and everything. He is speaking. These two birds, Snigdha Kanta, Madhu Kanta, their names. They are speaking in the assembly of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda and all others are there. They are speaking about the birth of Lord Krishna and what kind of performance of puja or austerities these two personalities, Nanda and Yashoda, transcendental personalities of the spiritual world, have done. And then after 1 year, how the Lord Krishna is born to them. This is simultaneous. At the same time, Devaki and Vasudev also had a son, Vasudeva Krishna there. Here, Shyam Sundara Krishna is born in Vrindavan in to Mother Nanda and Yashoda simultaneously, both. And we will be here. Maharaj will be describing that further here. In the first three chapters, yeah. Lord Krishna's why hearing Lord Krishna's pastimes is very auspicious, which Maharaj is quoting from Bhagavatam 1 to 17. Srunotam Swakata Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtan Udayantastoy Avadran Vidno Suhrut Satam. And why Krishna comes, which is 4.8 Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinasaya Chatusram Dharma Samsthapanartha Sambhavami. That is one reason. But the more important reason is to rejuvenate, to bring us back. One meaning of Gopala is to bring the conditioned soul back, attract to the Lord Krishna's pastime, bring them back. Bhagavan, that is another meaning of Bhagavan Jiva Goswami. Bhagavan. Ba means Bharta, who is the maintainer of all the living entities. Gama iti is coming down to share his opulence, show his pastimes, and then take us back to the spiritual world. He is eager as much as we are as practitioners of Bhakti Yoga. Lord is also very much eager. So now the the Gopal Champu describes that in the assembly of Nanda Maharaj, there were two poets named Signakanta and Madhukanta, which daily sing songs. One day they started singing the story of how Nanda Maharaj got a son. With the aim of obtaining a son, Nanda Raj performed many sacrifices, but still no son was born. The residents of Rajabhumi, who were all his friends, also took up a vow and offered a worship so that Nanda Maharaj could have a son. Still no son was coming. Yasomati, the wife of Nanda Maharaj, one of our friend has his daughter's name. Guru Maharaj named her as Yasomati. Became very distressed. She gave up eating and was always sitting, hanging her head down and shedding tears. Seeing the condition of his wife, Nanda Maharaj became very distressed and consoled her in various ways, saying, whatever is the will of the providence, that will take place. His wife Yasodamata said, my dear husband, I will tell what I have thought in my heart. I have performed many sacrifices and taken many vows, but I have not performed a Dwadasi Parama Vrata. Dwadasi means after Ekadasi we break the fast, that is called Parana, Dwadasi Parana, which hearing this, Nanda Maharaj became very happy and said, yes, very good. We have not performed this vrata, so we must do it. Nanda Maharaj called his priest. The priest described everything to him about the procedures, rules, and regulations to perform Dwadasi vrata. The yoginis visit. Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Rani observed a vrata for 1 year, just like Ambarish Maharaj also performed this kind of vrata 1 year because the Durvasamuni went to Vaikuntha, Brahmaloka, Sivaloka, and then Vaikuntha, and then came back. It took 1 year. Till that time, he was performing, he was fasting, waiting. He was so humble. So, Ambarish Maharaj. So, here, Nanda Maharaj had a dream. At the end of Vrata, Nanda Maharaj had a dream. Lord Hari appeared and being very pleased with him said, your desire will soon be fulfilled. In every kalpa, I come as your son. And in this kalpa, I will also come as your son. Kalpa means 1 day. 1 day of Brahma. Like we have 1 day every day. Like that, his 1 day is one kalpa. So, mm, I come as your son. That's why Shastra is saying this is the statement. One in 1 day of Brahma, only once Lord Krishna will appear. Only once, not multiple times, only once. And after that, once Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, immediately after Krishna, just like Krishna has appeared in Dwapara Yuga, and now Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. This happens only once in a day of Brahma, which is almost 1,000 yuga cycles is 1 day. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. 4 yugas from Kruta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga, 4 yugas. That is like that. 1,000 times is 1 day of Brahma. So long. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Ahar Yad Brahmano Vidu. So imagine how long. So that's why we are very fortunate still because we are still in Kali Yuga. Immediately after Krishna appeared and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, we should take the advantage and use it fully and go back home, back to God at the end of this life. Practice it carefully, seriously, sincerely. In every, I will manifest my babyhood Leela in your home. Every day you will see my pastimes and you will be very happy. Then Nanda Maharaj's sleep broke. It was morning and birds were chirping. He decided to take bath in Yamuna along with his wife Yasomati, and he took much wealth with him to give in charity. All the demigods, munis, and rishis came to the in guise of beggars to receive charity from Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj and Yasomati completed their bath and then started giving charity. Everyone becomes very pleased to receive charity from Nanda Maharaj. They all loudly shouted, Nanda Maharaj ki jai. Yasomati Rani ki jai. Then Nanda Maharaj returned home and offered worship to Lord Vishnu. After finishing his daily activity, he came to his assembly and offered respect to worshipful personalities such as his gurus and the Brahmanas. Snigdha Kanta's narration continued. Just then, the gatekeeper came and informed Nanda Maharaj that a brahmacharini had come. Hearing this, he stood up and welcomed her, offering her a nice seat. Nanda Maharaj washed her feet and worshipped her. Yasomati Mata began crying at the feet of this brahmacharini tapasvi. The ascetic took Yashoda Mata unto her lap and putting her hand on Yashoda's head, blessed her, saying, My dear queen, very soon a nice son will come and take bath. Hearing this, all the cohort men and women said, Nandarani ki jai. When Nanda Maharaj's brother Upananda heard the news, he became very joyful and said, This Gokul forest will be a great place of pilgrimage. Hearing the brahmachari's prophecy, all the inhabitants of Rajabhumi became very joyful. They all came and offered a dandavat pranams at the feet of the great yogini brahmacharini. They built a cottage for her and she stayed there. Yashoda's pregnancy. Snigdhakanta said, My dear brother Madhukanta, now tell how Krishna came to the womb of Yashoda Mata. Madhukanta then spoke about this confidential truth because most of them not known. It is not even directly explicitly spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam either. So it is very confidential. That's why. For 1 year, Nanda and his wife observed a Dwadasi Vrata. Then, on the night of the Krishna Pratipat, the first day of the dark fortnight of the month Magha, Nanda Maharaj had a dream. He saw a baby child with a blue complexion moving in the sky, and then he saw a girl with a golden hued bodily complexion. The two of them entered into Nanda Maharaj's heart. Then they came out of the heart of Nanda Maharaj and entered into the womb of Yashoda. It is almost similar to Devaki and Vasudev. So first into Vasudev and then Devaki, like a lamp, like a light entering into the Devaki's heart. Then later on, Lord Krishna appeared with all the jewels and helmets and the dress and everything in the prison house of Devaki and Vasudev. In this way, Yashoda became pregnant. This is the transcendental. In material world, no one takes birth like this. So that's why it is not like ordinary birth of general living entity conceiving. So that is not the case. That's why it is transcendental. Ajopisam verse. Hearing this news, all of the Gopas and Gopis became very blissful and happy. Every day they had grand festivals on account of Yashoda's pregnancy. Nanda Maharaj gave much charity to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Many persons were coming and going to Nanda's house. Who all of the persons were no one could say among them. Some demigoddesses were also coming. After 8 months of pregnancy, an astrologer told them on the eighth day of the dark fortnight, which is Ashtami, that's why it is on Krishnastami, Janmastami, the month of Bhadra, that's why we have Bhadrapurna coming up, also very famous. Child will take birth on the most auspicious tithi when this Bhadra Krishnastami, the eighth day of the dark fortnight of the month of Bhadra came and the nurse said, The child will be born today. Immediately, a maternity home was prepared and decorated nicely. Flower garlands were hung all over. Gates were also made out of various flowers. Expert nurses came to take care of the mother and the child. In the heavenly planets, all of the demigods became very joyful. Indradev was showering rain. On that day, everyone was drowning in an ocean of happiness for the Supreme Lord. Was about to take bath. All the gopis stayed awake and that night. But due to the influence of Krishna's Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya, Yoga Maya is internal potency, which makes in Vrindavan everybody, no one thinks Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They know only He is the ultimate protector and He is their most closest, the topmost, their life and soul, everything. But they don't know that He is because then the awe and reverence will come. No Aishwarya Bhava there. They're more so much, so intense, so close, so much attracted to Lord Krishna. So that's why that Aishwarya Bhava won't be there, especially in Gokul Vrindavan. They all fell asleep. When the child took birth, everyone was sleeping because Vasudeva has to bring in the Vasudeva Krishna to Gokul. Because if they are asleep, they are awake, then So this is not confidential anymore. So many ways why it is so, why it happened like that. Yeah, when the child took birth, everyone was sleeping. Even Yashoda Mata was asleep. There was no pain in the delivery at all. Without any pain, Yashoda Mata gave birth to Krishna, the Supreme Personality. This child was Putra Ratna, a son like an invaluable gem. Mathura and Vrindavan. Exactly at the same time, Yashoda Mata gave birth to a Krishna in Vrindavana. In Mathura, in the present house, a Kamsa, yeah, a present house of Kamsa. Devaki also gave birth to a child. So pay attention here. Two births are happening simultaneously. Devaki and Vasudev present house. Krishna is born. Vasudev Krishna, and in Vrindavan, Gokul, it is called Golok in the spiritual world, Aprakata, and here it is the Prakata manifested as Gokul, Vrindavan. So in the material world in Vrindavan right now, next close to Delhi. So there we're talking about Nanda and Yashoda. Krishna is born simultaneously at the exact same time. Mm. Although, hold on. Lord, that is described as in the 10th canto, Devaki also gave birth to a child. Lord Hari appeared in Mathura in a four-handed form. He had a crown on his head, and with his four hands, he was holding a Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and Karnika, Karna Kundala, hmm, Kanaka Kundala Karna. On his two ears, there were golden earrings, and a bright effulgence was coming out of his body. Although it was dark and a cloudy night, by the effulgence coming from the body of Lord Hari, everything was illuminated. But she's astonishing. There, everybody was sleeping. By cause of Yoga Maya, even in the present house, only Devaki was there. No, everybody was fell asleep. All the shackles are broken. This is all. That is not ordinary birth, transcendental birth. Very peculiar and speciality. How Lord Krishna is born in that place. Seeing this wonderful child, Devaki paid obeisances with folded hands and offered prayers, but she was afraid still. So because now Kamsa is going to kill, so he wants to see her also as a ordinary baby. So not as a Vasudev Krishna with all as the Lord. So with all the jewels and everything. She offers prayers. Also in his mind, he observed this Vasudev. Vasudev immediately took the bath. How could he take bath in the present house? He did so by meditating within his mind. Manasa Snan. So you can say that. So through Ganga, three times you can call. So this is all transcendental. If you put logic and you can never understand Krishna's pastimes. It's not possible. Spiritual truths are different than the material knowledge. Some of these things you can't understand. So also, in his mind, he observed a grand festival for the birthday of Lord Hari because in present of what can he do? He can only do in his mind. And give away innumerable cows in charity to the Brahman. Later on, he gave when he was delivered from prison house. Later on, he gave. But at this time, that's what he did. Charity to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Like Devaki, he also offered prayers to Lord Narayana. Then Narayana told him, immediately take me to Vraja Gokul and put me on the lap of Yashoda Mata. Now what's happening? See that. Now the Vasudeva Krishna has been taken through Yamuna river, everything is flooding, and then he's been taken to Vrindavan, to Gokul Vrindavan, where Yashoda Mata and Nanda is there. And then there, this Vasudeva Krishna is going and putting, but Vasudeva could not see the Shyam Krishna. Again, the Yoga Maya. And when you put them, the merging of Vasudeva Krishna into Shyam Krishna, then you know only one is there. So that is the explanation Acharya gives. So especially Jiva Goswami, out of six Goswami, he has written expert details. So in his six Sandarbhas. Now let's see what here has been said. Immediately take me to Vraja Gokul and put me on the lap of Yashoda Mata. Hearing the Vasudeva was very, very happy by the wonderful will of Lord Hari. Those who are guarding the prison fall asleep. All of them strong iron doors, shackles opened up, and Vasudeva was free to leave. Exactly at the same time when Vasudeva was leaving the prison of Kamsa, Yashoda Mata gave birth to a second child, a daughter. So this daughter is being brought here. So this is like a Yogamaya. So when Vasudeva came to the bank of Yamuna, he saw there was a great flood. The water was very high and all of the land was inundated. He thought, how can I cross? Just then Vasudeva saw Mahamaya in the front of she jackal crossing the Yamuna. So Vasudeva followed her. Finally, he came to the quarters of Nanda Maharaj. There he put his son on the lap of Yashoda Mata and took Yashoda's daughter with him. See this. So it's all transcendental. So this is Yoga Maya. Is also mentioned in Sri Krishna Bajramrita by Sri Narahar Sarkar Thakur, associate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Adya Shakti. From Radharani, all the Shaktis, Lakshmi is Swarajya Lakshmi is also called. Different names, terms are used in different books, but it's all the same. Hladini Shakti, Swarajya Lakshmi, Radhya Shakti, coming from Srimad Radharani, then the queen, gopis from there, the Dwarka queens, and then from there Lakshmi, from there Durga. So all are coming from this one Shakti. So as in the before birth also you see blue, black is blue, and then golden color also. So one body transformed two bodies. Krishna is originally one. He expanded himself as also Srimati Radharani, two bodies. Then again they both combined as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is in another place, different these explanations are given. But to set the context, it explain. Born in two places now. The hearing this, Nektakanta said, "What is this?" Yasodamata gave birth to one son and one daughter, and Vasudeva took the daughter. What happened to the son? Madhukanta said, "This is a very confidential matter. Yashoda Mata's daughter was Sakshat Yogamaya. By her potency, Yogamaya kept the son of Nanda hidden." So this is here is the reason. It was hidden because things has to be kept in some certain way for certain reasons. So and Vasudeva could not see him. He only saw the daughter. Otherwise, it will be so much. It's again transcendental. So the son of Nanda and Yashoda, Swayam Bhagavan, the original supreme personality of God. This is Shama Sundar Krishna in his original, the topmost, the most exalted form. First one. From him, then Vasudeva Krishna, Mathura, all these, different flavors, different rasas. This is not even Narayan yet. You can consider as like Narayan, Vasudeva Krishna means he has four hands and all this, but still it's not same, exactly same. So slight variation, differences are there. Lord Narayan is not performing what Lord Krishna did in Dwarka Vastunas. No, that's not the case. So that's why there is a difference. That's why Lord Krishna is called Trayadishwara. That's one reason. Because he is the Ishvara for Gokul Dham and then the Vaikuntha Dham, Gokul Dham, Vaikuntha Dham, Hari Dham it is also called, and then material world. So Devi Dham, Gokul Dham, Hari Dham, Devi Dham, three, these three are there. Is also in charge of Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lord Vishnu. That is another reason. The other reason is also the in charge for the this Mahavishnu and Padmanabha and Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, the three Purushavasaras. These three different ways. This is explained. We'll come to that. But to understand this, that is Supreme Lord Sri Krishna's position. And within Gokul or Golok itself is Vrindavan and Mathura, Dwaraka, three. Within that Golok itself, that is the highest abode, within that you have three different portions. And then comes Vaikunthas, where Lord Narayan is there and his expansions are there. That this is spiritual world. Topmost is Golok, within that three are there, and then further down is Vaikuntha, further down is Shivaloka, and further down is Devi Dham, Durga Dham, which is the material world. So this one has to understand. That is called Trayadishwara. Now the how the birth is when Nanda, the son of Nanda Maharaj is hidden. Vasudeva could not see him; he only saw the daughter. The son of Nanda and Yashoda is Swayam Bhagavan, the original personality of Godhead. Ete Chamsa Kalapam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is 1328 verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nanda Nandan Krishna, Yashoda Nandan Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. That's when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I don't know anything. I only know one person. That is Nanda Nandan Yashoda Nandan Krishna. Brajendra Nandan Krishna. He doesn't use any other Vasudev Krishna, Devaki Krishna, Mathura Krishna. He doesn't use Dwaraka. He specifically calls it out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he is speaking. Specifically, Shyama Sundar Krishna, Rajendranandan Krishna, who is the topmost form, exhibited all the rasas in full. So that is the speciality of it. And all avatars are his plenary portions, are portions of his plenary portions, Amsa and Kala. Kala means parts and parcels, further down. Amsa is first level. From the womb of Devaki came four-handed form, Vasudeva, who is Prabhava Prakasha. This itself is another first class because there is a Vaibhav Prakash, Prabhav Prakash, Prabhav Vaibhav. So all is different. Chaitanya Charitamrita it goes much great detail. Bhagavatam is because this is a PhD level. So that's it. These incarnation within Lord Krishna's expansion in Vishnu Tattva category. There are so many variations. Tadek Atma Rupa and then this Prabhav Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash, various, this 24 Vishnus, Shankha Chakra Kada Padma, in different sequence. Sometimes we call it Padmanava, Narayana, Ananta, Vasudeva. Different names are given, Trivikrama, how this sequence is there. And so all these are explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But that is itself is a completely different detail. It's too much to absorb for especially if somebody is trying to understand this from in the beginning. Krishna has two types of expansions, Prabhav Prakasha, but still it is explained to some extent. Prabhav Prakasha and Vaibhav Prakasha. In the temporary category of Prabhava come the incarnations Mohini, Hamsa, Sukla. In the eternal category comes Dhanavantari, Rushabha. In temporary categories, they only come just for a time being, very limited time. And then Mohini Avatar only just fraction of minutes. Then that's it. No more Mohini Avatar. You will not hear about it much at all. Very brief description. So that's why it's in that way it is sense temporary. The Lord's incarnations are all eternal. It's not material. It's not that temporary here. It's just incarnation is limited to that action purpose, specific purpose. In the eternal category comes Dhanavantari, Rushabha, Vyasa, Dattatreya, Kapila, etc. The Vaibhav Prakash are partially powerful. In this category comes Kurma, Matsya, Naranarayana Rishi, and Varaha, Hayagriva, Prushnigarbha, Baladev, Igna, Vibhu, Satyasena, Hari, Vaikunta, Ajita, Vamana, Sarvabhauma, Rishabha, Vishwakshena, Dharmasetu, Sudama, Yogeshwara, Bruhatbhama, etc. When Swayam Bhagavan Krishna comes, all of his portions and portions of portions, Amsa and Kala, all come within him. The son of Vasudeva is Vasudev, the 400 form of the Lord. Vasudev is a plenary portion of Krishna. So when Vasudev put his son on the lap of Yashoda, that Vasudev entered into the child Krishna, who was already lying there, just as all rivers flow down into the enter into ocean. Similarly, all the plenary portions and portions of the plenary portions of the Lord all come and enter into the original Lord. By the activity of Yogamaya, Vasudev could not understand any of these things. See that it was mysterious. So, but it is at least our Jiva Goswami is revealing to us what's happening, which most of the people are not aware of this Krishna's transcendental birth in two places, but it is revealed to us by our acharyas. In the Harivamsa 2411, it's always quotation. We don't just speak the katha without reference. Now the reference is given. In the Harivamsa 2411, it is described how Lord Hari simultaneously took birth in two places. Too small to know to see, read this. Hold on. गर्भ किले तु असंपूर्णे अष्टमे मासी ते स्त्रियौ देवकी च यशोदा च सुशुभाते शमम तदा. In the eighth month of pregnancy, which is considered asampurna, incomplete, Yashoda and Devaki gave birth at the same time. Just after that, Yashoda gave birth to a daughter, Yogamaya. Mahamaya is a portion of Yogamaya, and she was thus also there. Vasudev, Vasudev took birth. Oh, sorry. Vasudev took away this Mahamaya and handed her over to Kamsa, while while Yogamaya stayed hidden in Vrajabhumi. In this way, it was declared that the eighth child was a daughter, not a son. Kamsa was cheated. So Madhukanta then said, when Yashodamata gave birth to Krishna, all were asleep. Everyone slept through the whole night. Then in the morning, Lord Hari started crying. Uh, Everyone woke up. Yashodam also woke up and saw his nice son. Seeing her wonderful, beautiful son, Mother Yashoda completely drowned in the ocean of blissfulness. She couldn't think what to do. She was shedding tears of bliss and love. From her breast, milk was flowing. The newborn child was there in her lap. Yashoda was very blissfully looking at him. Yashoda Mata's voice was faltering in joy. She could not speak anything and was simply shedding tears of love. Up until that day, she had only looked at the sons of others. Today, she was looking at her own son. Tears poured from her eyes and milk flowed on her dress. Her whole sari became completely soaked again and again. Yashodamata looked at the beautiful lotus-like, moon-like face of her son. All the nurses, gopas, gopis awoke. Hearing the crying sound of the newborn child, everyone was came and said, "Oh, it is not a daughter, it is a son." Yashoda gave birth to a son. Everyone was happy and blissful. It was as if all of Gokul, Vrajabhumi, was drowned in an ocean of blissfulness. All the gopis and gopas came running to Nanda Maharaj's quarter to see Yashoda's newly born son. The demigods were dancing in the heavenly planets, beating drums, Haribol, Haribol. In this way, this pastime is happening. Then the form of Krishna, which we have to describe, but before that, now we go to the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Beautiful description is given. Now we have to give the reference. Trayadish, why Lord is the supreme, Krishna is supreme. Shamsundar Krishna. So this is Madhya Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita, 21 chapter, opulence and sweetness of Lord Krishna, 33 verse. Swayam tu असम याति अशयस्त्री आदिश स्वराज्य लक्ष्मी आप्त समस्त काम बलिम हरद्भि चिरलोकपालै किरीट कोटि अधीत पाद पीता. Translation by Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the master of the three worlds and three principal demigods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. No one is equal to or greater than him. By his spiritual potency known as Swaraj Lakshmi, all his desires are fulfilled. While offering their dues and presents in the worship, the predominating deities of all the planet touch the lotus feet of the Lord with their helmet. Thus, they offer prayers to the Lord. परम ईश्वर कृष्ण स्वयं भगवान ताते बड़ा तांड्रा समा केह नाही अन. Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is the greatest of all. No one is equal to, and nor is anyone greater than him. This is also famous verse which we know from Srimad Bhagavatam. So, the primary predominating deities of the material creation are Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lord Vishnu. Nonetheless, they simply carry out the orders of Lord Krishna, who is the master of all. This is one reason why he is a Trayadishwara. If you look at why Trayadishwara, it is mentioned in this previous verse 33, which we read. In the translation word to word, you will see that. So read here. See that. Trayadishwara, the master of the three places, namely Golok, Vrindavan, Vaikuntha Loka, material. Within Golok, we have Golok, Dwaraka, Mathura. So that is Golok and the Vaikuntha and material world. So Golok Dham, Nijadham, Nitale, Chatasa, Devi, Mahesh, Haridhamasu. Devi Dham means material world. Haridham means Vaikuntha Loka. Golok Dham is Golok Dham. So Lord Krishna is the master, supreme master, supreme enjoyer, and supreme control. Sarvaloka Maheswaram Bhoktaram Kinatapasam verse is that means this is the controller of all these three, and not only that, further it is mentioned here. Or the master of Mahavishnu, which is Karano Daka Sai Vishnu. Garbhodaka Sai, also called Padmanav. So where Brahma is born from him. We have Ananta Padmanabha Swami temple in Tirunanthapuram, Tamil Nadu, famous temple. So that is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And then Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, which is Paramatma. And then three. That is why another reason why Trayi or master of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. This is Gunavatar, here Purusha and the three abodes. In this way, that is Trayadisha means all these three things together. So that's why in another way we can say that Shyam Sundar Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Now his form is described before we read further in the other book, Madhya Leela chapter 21 verse number 100. Yan Martya Leela औपयीकं स्वयोग माया बलं दर्शयता गृहीतं विस्मापनं स्वस्यश्च सौभगर्धे param padam bhushana bhushanangam, the ornament of ornaments. To exhibit the strength of his own spiritual potency, Lord Krishna manifested a form just suitable for his pastimes in the material world. This form was wonderful even for him. and was the supreme abode of wealth, of good fortune. Its limbs were so beautiful that they increased the beauty of the ornaments worn on different parts of his body. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Now is the verse you don't find this verse in other places. This is not verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is quoting this. This we quoted on the other day, universal form class. Krishnera yatera kela sarvottama naralila naravapu tahara swarup gopa vesha. These four things you see. Gopa vesh covered by Venukara is having the flute. Nava Kishora is only 16. He is always 16 and a half years old. No other incarnation is showing this particular. He is always 60. Even though he lived 111 years or so, performed his pastimes in Gokul and in Mathura and Dwarka, but he is never old. He is always 16 and a half years old. Now Kishore. Natavar is the expert dancer. No one is showing this particular pastime of dancing. So that's why these four things are very peculiar, special, unique for Lord Krishna. Nara Lilara Haya Anurup, but is appearing as like an ordinary human, showing the pastimes like that. Mm. So that's it. It's a very important verse 21, 101 from Madhya Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Krishna has many pastimes, of which his pastimes as a human being are the best. His forms are, as a human being, is the supreme transcendental form. That means such is Ananda Vigraha. Because what is material? Opposite. Sat Ananda. Chid Ananda and Hladini, Sat Chit Ananda, Sat Maya, Chit Maya, Ananda Maya. These three Mayas in the spiritual world, and Lord's body is covered with these three eternality, Sat Maya, Chit Maya, full of knowledge, Ananda Maya, full of happiness. This is the even our original spirit soul's position is this. But right now, as because we are Jiva Tattva, we are Tatastha. We can choose two words, Supreme Lord, spiritual world, or we can choose to enjoy separately and come to the material. That choice is that is we are called Tatastha Shakti in between. It's up to us. So now in material world is opposite. It is mentioned Sadananda, Chidananda, Sachid Ananda. So Sat Maya, Chid Maya, Ananda Maya. Now this is here Achit, Asat, Achit, Nirananda. Opposite. Sat is in the spiritual world. Here everything in the material world is Asat. Is impermanent, so it's temporary. It is not permanent. Nothing in this body. This body will go away. This material, gross body, subtle body. Whatever you see, wealth, everything get destroyed again and again. So this goes on. That's why it's Asat. And then Achit. Whatever knowledge we are learning today, again we have to learn. Next birth, start from zero again. You have done PhD. Next life again we have to start from zero and learn again. So that is Achit also. And Nirananda. Here you can't get permanent happiness with the material things. When you come to transcendental, yes, there you can get eternal happiness. That is opposite. Sachidananda here, Asat, Achit, Nirananda, opposite words. It's a completely. So that's what it means here. Transcendental. Supreme transcendental form is what is the transcendental means? This Sat, Chit, Ananda of the spiritual world. Transcendental substance. All this is just suitable for his pastimes as a human being. And the next verse, then we'll read, and then we'll conclude soon. कृष्णेर मधुर रूप सुनो सनातन यही रूपेर एक कन दुबाय सपे त्रिभुवन सर्व प्राणी करे आकर्षण. Why Lord Krishna is very attractive? That is called the blue boy, the supremely attractive. So because his form itself is having a flute, is the expert dancer, is has a beautiful form, is not like ordinary blue color or black color. His black is blue is completely different. It's like when the rainbow and everything, and then it's very beautiful. It becomes sometimes with the sky. It is like that. The sky color is also that blue color is coming from also Lord Krishna's effulgence only. It is appearing. That's why sky is black. That blue color. It's coming from him only. So that is also explained. Prabhupada explains in some of the classes this particular aspect of why sky is blue. My dear Sanatan, the sweet, attractive, transcendental form of Krishna is so nice. Just try to understand it. Even a fractional understanding of Krishna's beauty can merge all the three worlds in an ocean of love. He attracts all living entities within the three worlds. That's why in this pastime you'll see that Lord Brahma himself is going in Dwarka visiting Krishna. Himself was got bewildered. He thought I am Brahma, but then Lord Krishna called all other Brahmas. That pastime is also there. In another pastime in Bhagavatam, you see that when Arjuna couldn't protect the child Immediately they are disappearing. Then Lord Krishna took him to Narayan, Vaikuntha. Well, Lord Narayan wants to see Lord Krishna. So that is another instance while Lord Krishna is above, higher than Lord Narayan's form. Otherwise, why Lord Narayan wants to see Lord Krishna? So, because this is what even Lord Narayan also wants to see this form, this special form, and these pastimes. It is a very unique and special. Now we'll read further from this particular point of transcendental appearance of Lord Krishna. And then, oh, in what form does he appear in Vrajabhumi? Gopavesh, na Venukara, same. Maharaj is referring. Yesterday we discussed and here. So same verse Maharaj is referring to. This Gopavesh, Maharaj doesn't say here reference, but that is the reference which we quoted. Gopavesh, Venukara, Navakishora, Natavara. This is the beautiful form of Krishna, Kishora Krishna. He is youthful Kishore Kishori temple in Chicago. So Prabhupada himself established. It's called Kishore Kishori. Because now we have both 16 and a half years old Lord Krishna and Srimad Radharani is 15 and a half or so, lesser than Krishna. It's always in that youthful form. So there is a Kishore Kishori. Madana Mohan Mohini. Madan Mohan is Lord Krishna, is attractive for all, and Srimad Radharani is attractive to Krishna. Madana Mohini. Navakishora means Nitya Kishora, always 10 or 12 years old. He never grows beyond that. At every moment, he appears newer and newer and newer. Nitya Navayamanam. This is also Prabhupada mentioned many places. That's why Krishna's, every time he changes his face. For us, we can't see many times. But his face, even though darshan is there, whole day darshan is open, but Lord Krishna's face changes. So it's not easy to experience it, but that is so, because that is Shastra statement. The Srila Prabhupada has written, Bhakti, Bhagavan, and Bhakta do not belong to the material world. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Mam chayo abhya vicharena bhakti yogena. Abhya vichar means unmotivated, uninterrupted, undeviated. It has no mixture of anything material. Bhakti Yogyan Dev Saguna Samatitetan Brahma Bhoyaya Kalpate. Prabhupada writes, from the very beginning of one's transaction in Bhakti, one is situated in the transcendental platform. Vasudeva and Devaki, therefore, being situated in the completely pure devotional state, are beyond this material world, are not subjected to material fear. In the transcendental world, however, because of pure devotion, there is a similar conception of fear which is due to intense love. Even Yashoda also sometimes fear, but this is not ordinary material fear. Activity of Yogamaya. In Rajabhumi, Krishna displays his sweet transcendental leelas, playing as an ordinary child. Sometimes he eats earth. His cohort boyfriend used to inform Mother Yashoda, Krishna is eating earth. Mother Yashoda, out of pure affection, would ask, Oh, Kanu, have you eaten earth? No, mother, I have not eaten. The other boys are saying, they are telling lies. They are telling lies. Have you not eaten? No. Then open your mouth. So Child Krishna opened his mouth, and when Mother Yashoda looked inside, she saw the whole universe. She thought, Oh, what has happened to my son? Is he haunted by witch? Yashoda never thinks that Krishna is Bhagavan. This is the Suddha Vatsalya Rati, Preeti, pure paternal love. And this is Yoga Maya's activity. So that she appeared, she is performing her activity. There is also Paurnamasi, was also Yoga Maya. She arranged the pastime, Vrunda Devi, Tulsi Maharani, Vrunda Devi, and Paurnama. These two personalities, along with Radharani's Sakis, Lalita and Vishaka, they arrange Lord Krishna's pastimes, every day new pastimes. In a day itself, with Ashtakali Lila, different pastimes, it's happening. Not same thing goes on every day, completely different. So this is all arrangement. So Yogamaya is also in that way. Is always in the pastimes of the Lord. Nanda and Yashoda have forgotten that Krishna is Bhagavan. Were they to think of Krishna as Bhagavan, there would be no question of Suddha Vatsalya Bhav. Their love would become mixed with Jnana and Aishwarya. They would have feelings of awe and reverence. Although Vasudeva and Devaki offered prayers, Yashoda Mata did not. Instead, she was thinking, what happened to my son? Is he haunted by some witch? Knowledge of. There is difference between the Vatsalya Rasa of Nanda and Yashoda and Vatsalya Rasa of Vasudeva and Devaki. Vasudeva and Devaki's Vatsalya Rasa is mixed with Gnana and Aishwarya. Therefore, they offered prayers. Nanda and Yashoda did not offer prayers. They are situated in pure Vatsalya Rati. Devaki's fear is not material fear, it is due to intense love. Devaki thought that she would be ridiculed for having given birth to Vishnu, a four-handed child. For that reason, she wanted Krishna with two-handed form. Therefore, she requested the Lord to change his form. This fear is due to intense love. Sri Prabhupada writes in his purport, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktyamam Abhijanat Yavan. This is 18 chapter 54th verse. Only by bhakti you can understand. Because if you use logic, argument, calculation, we'll never be able to understand Krishna, or Bhagavad Gita will be a mystery only. So that we have to understand through Acharya, through love, through devotion. Then Krishna will reveal. That is most confidential. Gnana is those who are Brahmavadis cannot see any varieties. This perception is called Manabhuti. When one comes to the stage of Gnanamayi, one realizes the transcendental opulence, the personality of personality. This is known as Aishwaryamayi. In Vaikunta and in pure in Puri, the two cities, Mathura Puri and Dwaraka Puri. Puri means city, not Jagannath Puri. Mathura Puri, Dwaraka Puri. That's what is referring here. There is a opulence. Krishna's Leelas in Mathura Puri and Dwaraka Puri are therefore known as Aishwaryamayi Leela. That's why Jagannath Puri is similar to Dwaraka, is Aishwarya Bhav. Same Krishna only, but that specific mood is there, so that as Jagannath, that specific pastime is that's why so opulent. The prasadam is opulent, his dressing is opulent, everything is opulent there. Everything. So 56 items every 1 hour or so offering is going on, 22 hours in a day. He doesn't sleep much. His darshan is open that long. Everything is opulent like that. So that's Jagannath Puri is as good as Dwaraka. And then Vrindavan is Gundija Mandir, Sundarachal. So same Krishna only. Is performing different pastimes. Therefore known as Aishwaryamayi Leela. Their Madhurya sweetness is covered up with Aishwarya. Opulence, but in Vraja Leela, there is only Madhurya. It is full of sweetness. When one comes to the stage of Gnanamayi, one realizes the transcendental opulence, Supreme Personality. In that stage, love is mixed with Aishwarya and Gnana. It is known as Preeti Sankuchita or Rati Sankuchita. That means shrunken, love that is shrunken. But when one reaches the stage of pure love, one realizes the transcendental form of the Lord as Lord Krishna or Lord Rama, etc. This pure love, prema is what is wanted. Prema is known as the fifth Purushartha, Pancham Purushartha. People generally only know Pancham, Chaturveda Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. But beyond this, there is a higher truth than that. There is Pancham, only love. Okay, no business mentality. I don't want anything in only love for Krishna. That is the Pancham Purushartha. Beyond this, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Krishna gives these four easily, but to give himself and this Krishna Prema is not so easy unless one is really desiring that. Then only this is given out of his free will choice. He wants really his love. Then Lord will give. If one follows those bhaktas, especially Vrajavasis, Vrindavanvasis, footsteps of Rupa Goswami. So like that, associates of Radha and Krishna. One follows, then one can actually come to that platform under the guidance of a spiritual master and acharyas. Sri Vigrahara Dhananityana, Sri Vigrah Nishta Rupadi. When one becomes attached to the form of personality of Godhead, then knowing transactions between the Lord and the devotee begin. Especially in Madhurya Ras, one becomes attached to the form of Krishna. It is that particular prema, Gopi Prem, Radha Prem, Madhurya Ras, which contains all the rasas, Dasya Ras, Sakya Ras, Vatsal Ras, and that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to bestow. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedas and Vedanta, Sarva Vedanta Sar. All these topics are discussed in Bhagavatam. Rupa Goswami is known as Rasacharya. Jeva Goswami is known as Tattvacharya. All these Goswamis have specific names. Rupa Goswami has a specific name. Rasacharya, like that, everyone. Sanatana Goswami, there are 6 books. Those books have these kind of titles. Each Goswami has a specific title. And there it is mentioned. Bhagavat Tattva Acharya, like that is given to one of the Goswami, not Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who is that? Um, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is called. He used to sing in 3 meters Bhagavatam. So that's a specific names given to 6 Goswamis, slightly different. Rupa Goswami, Rasa Acharya. These are Acharyas, authorities. In this Bhakti Rasamrita, Rupa Goswami said, स्वल्प स्वल्प रुचिर एव स्यात् भक्ति तत्वा त्वत्वाव बोधिका युक्तिस्तु केवला नैव यद् अस्य Apratistata. Even a little taste for bhakti is a passport to understanding the true nature of bhakti. Mere argument, but no sound foundation, and is not conducive to understanding, which we mentioned. May Prabhupada repeats that again and again, because if you use logic argument, nowhere you can get. Brahmananda, Brahmande Brahmadevakone Bhagavan, a fortunate jiva, one who has acquired see a sense of the Ajnata Sukha, unknowingly acquired piety will come by sadhu sangha, by which he will develop some Krishna katha ruchi, some taste for the topics of the Lord, Bhagavat katha. Then he can understand Bhagavat bhakti tattva. One cannot understand bhakti tattva if he adds his own deliberation or material logic argument to it. Answering to this question of Dharmaraj Yudhishthira Maharaj has said, dry arguments are unconclusive. This is mentioned many times. Further, let's look at Lord Krishna's form. Hold on. Reservoir of sweetness. Then the flute. Read that. Hold on. Uh, Madhura Rasa. Madhura Nilaya means the reservoir of all Madhuryas, all types of sweetness. Krishna possesses four types of Madhuryas. This is Rupa. Rupa Madhurya. The sweetness of his supremacy, a supremely beautiful form. Venu Madhurya. The sweetness of his flute playing. Rati Madhurya. Sweetness of his loving dealings. And Leela Madhurya. The sweetness of his wonderful pastime. These four kinds of Madhurya are only available with Kishore Krishna. This is not available with any other form, any not even Lord Ramachandra. These four are 64 qualities Rupa Goswami mentioned of Lord has, especially Lord Krishna has. Lord Ramachandra has, I think, 60, 62. Definitely not Venu. So not as per this having no flute to any other form, specifically to Krishna only. One more, two qualities specifically, explicitly different from even Lord Ram. Lord Narayana has only 60. Further it goes down, even less. Lord Brahma and Jivas have only 48 or 46 or so like that. It goes down further qualities that also limited. Jiva has. So that here four specific qualities, these especially is specific to Krishna only. They are not available in any of his plenary portions or portions. Amsha. Therefore, Kishore Krishna or Bhagavat Sar is Bhagavat Sar. Kishore or Kishore Krishna is Bhagavad Sar, the essence of the Supreme Personality. For that reason, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami said, Madhurya Bhagavat Sar, the quintessence of the Supreme Personality of God. Do you understand this word, Madhurya? In English, you say some sweetness, but it is not sufficient. There is no corresponding word in English. English is a nasty language. Sweetness is not exact Madhurya in this in the is the word. It is so sweet. What is that Rupa? The form of Madhurya. That form is Nandana Krishna, Yashoda Nandana Krishna in Brajabhumi is the Swayam Bhagavan, original personality. Who can understand this Madhurya? Only a Premi Bhakta. Otherwise, one cannot understand Krishna's dealings with the Brajavasis, the residents of Brajabhumi, especially the Gopis, are very intimate and are based on pure love. In other Swarupas, other forms of the Lord, such dealings are not there. That's what Lord Ramachandra said. I am Ekapatni of the year. It is not possible. You will appear. Your desire will be fulfilled next. So they all became Dandakaranya Rishis appeared in Krishna Leela. Many of them became gopis. There are many billions of gopis there. So some of them also became gopis. There are different levels within that also gopi. So they also became gopis because that is their desire. So that is fulfilled in Krishna Leela. It is not possible in Ram Leela. So these things are mentioned by Prabhupada also. The flute now. In what form does he appear in Vrajabhumi? Gopa Vesh Venukara Nava Kishore Natavara. This is the beautiful form of Kishore Krishna. His youthful cowherd boy bent in three places. These three places are different. Three places, one is Radha Gopinath, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda. Bent in mouth, so bent in the chest, bent in the also waist place. So all these three places are feet. Let's see. So I'm forgetting myself. Three places with a flute in his hand. Navakishora means Nitya Kishora, always 10 or 12 years old. He never grows beyond that. At every moment, he appears newer and newer and newer. Nityam Navayamanam is never the same, and he never becomes old. This that Nava Kishora known on the form is in Rajabhumi and the Venu Kara. He has a flute in his hand. This flute is not in Mathura, not in Dwaraka. It is only in Rajabhumi. Prabhupada has written in his purport the special significance of Krishna bearing a flute in his hands in Vrindavan, Rajabhumi. Therefore, only Krishna in Rajabhumi is Madhurya Nilaya, the reservoir of all Madhuryas. You will never find these Madhuryas in any other form of Krishna. What to speak of other forms of the Lord, Ishvara Tattva? It is not possible. He doesn't exhibit that way. One material example may be given. A man may meet some friends or acquaintances on the road. He will appear to them in one particular way. The same man in the office with his co-workers will have another kind of appearance. And Prabhupada gives always. Mayapur Dham is a place of worship. Krishna is worshipped there. His home is Vrindavan and his work is Bombay. Bombay is my office. This is what Prabhupada said. So Krishna in his home is Vrindavan. Krishna in his virtual form is Navadvip Dham. Krishna is in office is like Bombay. So Radha Ras Bihari, in Bombay, Juhu. Krishna Balram Temple, Vrindavan is his home, and Sridham Mayapur is Lord Krishna's worshipable place. This is Srimati Radharani herself created and gifted to Lord Krishna. That's Sridham Mayapur is special in that sense, and offenses are not taken generally, not considered serious. And Sridham Mayapur and Vrindavan, we can't do that. So we have to be very careful. So to be in Vrindavan, we should be situated properly. So, in any holy dham, but specifically in Vrindavan is the highest abode. Supposed to be very, very serious practitioners. So just to execute bhakti only, to please Krishna only. Yeah, the form in which he appears at home is Swayam Rupa, the original form, and is also Purna Rupa, the complete form. His very intimate dealings are there in the home, but you will not find such dealings on the road or in the office. Similarly, Krishna's Nitya Kishora form and his dealings with the residents of Rajabhumi are very intimate and loving. You cannot find such dealings in Mathura and Dwaraka. That form is not there, and the dealings are also not there. The last limit of prema. Vraja prema is the last limit of prema. Prema parakasta, that means the highest. The form appearing there is Purna Rupa, the most complete form. Complete, more complete, most complete. Purna, Purnatara, Purnatama. It's full complete, even incomplete also. So these 3 degrees, comparative, superlative. So Lord Krishna's beauty is described here. Navagana Snigdha Varna Dalitanjana Chikkana Indivara Nindi Sukomala Jini Upamana Gana Hare Savara Netra Mana Krishna Kanti Parama Prabhala. Krishna's complexion is as polished as powdered eye ointment. It surpasses the beauty of a newly formed cloud and is softer than a blue lotus flower. It is called Indivra flower. Lord Krishna's complexion color is compared with the blue lotus flower. Indeed, his complexion is so pleasing that it attracts the eyes and minds of everyone, and it is so powerful that it defies all comparison. My dear friend, please tell me what I should do. Krishna is so attractive as a wonderful cloud, and my eyes are just like chakara birds, which are dying of thirst because they do not see such a cloud. Krishna's yellow garments look exactly like restless lightning in the sky. Saudhamini Pitambarastira Nahe Nirantara Muktahara Bakapanti Bala Indradhanu Siki Pakha Upare Diyache Deka Ara Dhanu Vaijayanti Mala. He is like exactly like restless lightning in the sky, and the pearl necklace on his neck appears like a line of herons flying below a cloud. Both the peacock feather on his head and his Vaijayanti garland containing flowers of 5 colors resemble rainbows. 5 colors. मुरली कलध्वनि मधुर गर्जन सुनी वृंदावने नाचे मयूर चया अकलंक पूर्ण कला लावण्य ज्योत्स्न जलमाला चित्र चंद्रेर ताहाते उदय. Rest of Krishna's body is beautiful as a glow of spotless full moon that has just arisen. and the vibration of his flute sounds exactly like the sweet thundering of a newly formed cloud. When the peacocks in Vrindavana hear that vibration, they all began to dance. लीलामृत वर्षणे सिंचे चौद्य भवने हेन मेघ यवे देखा दिला दुर्दैव जान पवने मेघ लील अन्य स्थाने मरे चातक पीत ना पहिला. The cloud of Krishna's pastimes drenching the 14 worlds with a shower of nectar. Unfortunately, when that cloud appeared, a whirlwind arose, blew it away from me. Being unable to see the cloud, the Chartaka bored of my eyes, almost dead from the thirst. In a faltering voice, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again, alas, go on reciting. Thus Ramananda Rai began to recite a verse. While listening to this, the Lord was sometimes very jubilant, sometimes overcome by lamentation. Afterward, the Lord personally explained this verse. Dear Krishna, by seeing your beautiful face decorated with three tresses of hair, by seeing the beauty of your earrings falling on your cheeks, by seeing the nectar of your lips with the beauty of your smiling glance, your two arms would assume complete fearlessness, broad chest whose beauty arises, conjugal attraction. Simply surrendered ourselves to becoming your maid servant. So on Sri Krishna Janmastami Day, Monday, August 26, 2024, one should try to offer items like 5 kinds of rice, puri, sweet rice, laddus, manohar laddu, luglu. There's another kind of laddu. You can Google it. You'll get it. Manohar laddu is a specific type of laddu made with rice flour, wheat flour, sugar, and other things. Luglu is made with differently. These are some of the favorite items. Sweet rice, yogurt rice. These are some must items one should offer on Sri Krishna Janmashtami day, and other items, Ekadasi items for sure. One can offer and serve in whatever best capacity one can do. And Sri Krishna Janmashtami, happy Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Thank you very much.